What's up, YouTube? So, a little while ago, I released a video about the colorism hierarchy in the Black community. And, of course, people left comments on the video. So, in this video, I kind of want to revisit that video and sort of, read off a few comments and sort of just, give a response to those comments because I think there are some comments that are kind of interesting and just want to share with you what's going on or what's at play here as well. And as well, this probably won't be the last time I revisit the colorism hierarchy video. But nevertheless, let's get into this. All right. So here's a comment from a dark-skinned brother, and this dark-skinned brother's he's been subscribed to me for a good minute now, and he has commented on plenty of my videos. And, he tends to bring I say a different perspective, a perspective that's not quite the most popular, but a perspective that I tend to appreciate, you know. As well, we tend to kind of disagree on probably the topic of colorism itself, because some people are just like, colorism doesn't really exist, and I'm like, I don't think I don't think so. I think it's a thing. But let's get into the comment though. All right. So again, dark-skinned brother, he posted the following: this colorism nonsense is not really relevant past 25 years of age. When people when people form fully adult brains and take on adult responsibilities, and it becomes more irrelevant past the 30s when people begin looking less attractive from sedentary lifestyle and genetics. I'm in my 40s and I value fit cultured women since mid 20s. Fit cultured women always win regardless. Fit men will always win in the long run, especially if their finances are in order. You begin seeing the fit versus non-fit divergence after 25. All right, so basically, his argument is that the colorism hierarchy is bullshit, and that pretty much it just comes down to if you're looking good or if you're not looking good, which is pretty much a roundabout way of saying colorism is just an ugly person's argument, which we've kind of been down this road before. Me and this YouTube user have been down this road before, and we've just agreed to disagree on that. So my response to this comment that he posted was the following: quote unquote, I think there's truth in your post. I think this is how you may operate, but you're also being unintentionally, in parentheses, disingenuous. Colorism is more than just skin tone dating preferences. Don't be so myopic and simple-minded. Also, many Black people, and just many people in general, have not mentally matured beyond high school. So they never mature beyond 25 years of age anyway. Let's be real. But, like I said, it's truth in what you say, but it's more to the story. Thanks for commenting and providing a counter viewpoint. All right. So that comment got about 10 thumbs up to about the 5 thumbs up that the other user's comment got. Just saying. All right. So in this particular thread, the user doesn't respond back to what I presented as the counter argument to his argument. But in another video, I present that same argument and he counters the argument. All right. So here's his counter argument to that. What I said. So, quote unquote, that's bull, because in life, we all have to make adjustments and accommodations throughout life. We either level up or level down based off of, I guess, who we are in life, or I guess where we are in life. It's a bit of a typo there. Colorist attitudes are outgrown in the vast majority of black men as we get older, because any intelligent black man recognizes beauty and is not going to limit himself when he could open himself up to wider options. It's just male nature. So that was his counter argument to that. And I never really responded back to him because I really don't think that was, like, nothing I said was really successfully challenged or debunked, as far as I know. Like, I can actually back what I say up with statistics, by the way, because statistically speaking, people only go up. Like, there's a lot of people with only like high school education or less, right? Statistically speaking. So I can make the argument that a lot of people, especially in the black community, are mentally only on the high school level. So that, and honestly, I feel like colorism is, right, like, it goes beyond an age limit. I don't think it really has an age limit for the most part, because there are some kids who are not colorists, right? Just as there are some adults who are colorists. Then, you know, the same user has spoke about colorism in his family from, like, I believe perhaps a dark skinned grandmother or and light skinned aunts who were probably well into their 40s or 50s or what have you, well beyond the age of 25, right? So it's like, nah, yeah, like, nah. I feel like I get what you're saying, but you know, I can't buy that. I can't, I get, I can't buy it. All right, but interesting argument though. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next comment. All right. So the next comment is from another dark-skinned brother. All right, and this comment is, quote unquote, I watched the entire video and I must say that I think that the black community's colorism hierarchy isn't a real one. We don't go by color. We really go by what people breathe about. But color is linked with a sort of beginning or early stage of existence, which is associated with breath and the word of God. As the old saying goes, quote unquote, in the beginning was the word, and the word was God, and the word was with God. And then some people responded. He got one thumbs up for that. Then someone responded, the colorism hierarchy is very real. Some, like yourself, choose to deflect. 6 thumbs up for that one. Then another dark-skinned brother jumps in the mix and says, what's there to deflect? Many of us have no need to get up every day and go to bed thinking about skin tone. We have jobs, family, etc. And he got 1 thumbs up for that. All right. And I just kind of feel like, if this was really how it was, I wouldn't really need to make a video like this. My channel wouldn't, people would be like, what the fuck you talking about? This shit don't make no sense. But when people come to my channel, it's like, wait a minute. It's either like, I noticed that, or wait a minute, now that you mention it, yeah, that is sort of like what's happening. Like, people, you know, of different hues and genders have been able to sort of get something and sort of feel like, oh, I know what you're talking about. I noticed that too, right? But if this was really just not relevant, it never happens, then what I talk about would just be like mumble jumble. It wouldn't make any sense to people. And I know some people are like, well, what you talk about is mumbo jumbo. Well, if it's truly mumbo jumbo, then it wouldn't make sense to anybody, right? If I was just talking like blah 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 blah, it's like, what the fuck you talking about? You know? Here's another comment from a dark-skinned brother, a younger brother. The previous comments from dark-skinned brothers were like more so in dark-skinned brothers in their 40s, right? But this is a dark-skinned brother that's more like mid-20s, right? Mid to late 20s, all right? And he said, and he's more or less quoting something that, or trying to like answer something that I said, or a question that I posted, or proposed, or presented in the video. All right, so here we go. Quote unquote, what kind of man uplifts another woman over his own woman? I would say ones who are not satisfied with their women. And he got 7 thumbs up for that, including myself, plus a heart, right? Because I'm like, exactly, right? And this is like in response to me saying, like, in the colorism hierarchy video, saying like, oh, these dark-skinned, brown-skinned men are uplifting these light-skinned, mixed biracial females over their own direct brown-skinned female counterpart. And I'm like, what type of a man would uplift another woman over his own woman? Right? And ultimately, I think that's one, I agree, one who is not satisfied with his own woman. You know, and I responded, you hit the nail on the head. Now we need to find out why that is and correct it. But the way that this is going, the thing is with colorism, it operates, survives, and thrives covertly. It can't be overt. Kind of like how racism is now, it has to be covert. Because of that, people always try to deflect, run, hide, you know, just create a distraction, just find any and every way to just deal with it and pretend like it doesn't exist, right? Because ultimately, people want to maintain the colorism hierarchy, especially people who are at the top of the colorism hierarchy, right? Just like white people want to maintain their hierarchy because they are at the top and they get the most benefits from it, right? So unfortunately, don't expect honesty and transparency from colorless people. Just like I wouldn't expect honesty and transparency from racist people. Because let these colorist people tell it, they ain't colorist. Just like these racist people. Let them tell it, they ain't racist, never did a racist thing in their life. Same thing with these colorist people. They ain't colorist, they ain't never been a colorist in their life. It's a preference, get over it. Right? So I got one more comment that I want to read, and it's from a light-skinned female, and this comment's very interesting. All right, this is it's a lot going on in this comment, all right? So she posted the following comment. At the end of the day, light-skinned people aren't allowed to be together without being accused of being colorist. Okay, all right. The points you made about light-skinned women are mostly true, but a light-skinned woman's position is also more complex. Dark-skinned men get offended when light-skinned women like light-skinned men. They don't want to hear that the women they put on the pedestal don't prefer them. Quote unquote, you look like brother and sister. Quote unquote, light-skinned girls look better with a dark-skinned brother. You get pushback, right? Because listen, it's more acceptable for a light-skinned woman to disrespect a light-skinned man because it placates the dark-skinned man's feelings, right? Quote unquote, see, I like you more. You're more of a man. That BS, right? I don't play that game, but I also don't run around stating my quote unquote preference. If I give a light skinned man attention or a compliment, that's where problems occur. I'm sure there are just as many light skinned women that genuinely love and respect light skinned men, but we don't say it slash show it because it comes with drama, and most women avoid confrontation with men. And that comment got 11 thumbs up, one from me, plus a heart from me. And I'm like, interesting. Like, and of course, folks went in this thread, went in the comment section. They going in on this comment here. I said that was the last comment, but I may read one more, and it's ultimately a response to this comment from a light-skinned female also. And she posted the following: I don't get why anyone who is light-skinned wouldn't like light skin. That to me is a form of self-hate. Same with dark skin, in my opinion. And yeah, in my experience, once a dark-skinned black man knows I don't like dark-skinned black men and prefer light-skinned men, they totally go on the attack. It's like they are pigs, and all they see light-skinned women as is just a nice piece of ass. How is that seeing us in a favorable, respectable manner? No wonder they make terrible boyfriends because they just fetishize us and objectify us. Our own personal preference doesn't benefit them. Then we're the devil incarnated. I don't see this as an advantage because it's so fragile it crumbles just once. I'm how I am natural, just when I'm naturally how I am. A bit of a typo there. But yeah, so those are just a few comments from the colorism hierarchy video that I wanted to share with you guys and just get you guys' opinion on, and also just kind of share what I think about them as well. But you will notice a lot of the dark-skinned brothers, right, in the comments section was like pretty much, this shit don't exist. This shit ain't real. Shut up about it, right? Pretty much, right? And honestly, that would be on script for how they should act, right? They would be on code, right? They're on code, right? They're maintaining their code, right? Because they want to maintain the colorism hierarchy. So of course they're not going to be like, yeah, it exists, yeah, unless there's just no way to, debunk it at all, right? And they're staying on code ultimately. Just how racist white people stay on code, right? They want to maintain their system. So in order to maintain the system, you have to stay on code, right? But oddly, what surprised me was the comments from the light-skinned females, though. Those were a bit surprising. So it kind of shows that things aren't exactly, quote unquote, black and white. It's kind of like a gray area here where it's not, things are not quite exactly the way they come off, right? And, that is very, very, very interesting and kind of something that we should probably explore together at one point or another. But for now, I'm going to bring this video to a close, though. But thanks for watching, you guys. Please comment. Let me know what you guys think about this. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.